Hello and welcome back to the podcast. As always, I'm your driver Spencer, sitting shotgun is Breck, and this week we're the podcast asking the important questions, like, should you pick up hitchhikers? Why did that ghost use a knife? And are werewolves really that cool? This is Be Afraid of the Dark.
And they are.
And they are.
And they are.
Look, these are TV werewolves.
And they're great.
The production's a little low. But they do a lot, and they're pretty cool.
Hey, she's got a great set of fangs.
She's got a great set of fangs, beautiful set of eyes, and she stole my heart.
Wow. Okay.
No. Maybe I'm kidding. Yeah, we have two very cool episodes, two weird episodes.
Two weird episodes.
Structured weird, paced weird.
One that definitely worked better for me than the other, but still two very fun, vibey episodes.
Yes.
One of which is a true classic of the series.
It is a true classic of the series, and I think it's the first time I've cried on this rewatch. Normally I'm like really focused on trying to maintain like my knowledge of it. Anyway, we'll get to that.
We'll get there.
But first, Season 2, Episode 16, Roadkill, written by Rayal Tucker, directed by Charles Beeson.
First timer?
I think he's done one. I think he's done one or two.
Okay.
I think he started in Season 2, though.
Okay.
Anyway, I could be wrong about that. Anyway, so this episode opens on a couple driving down a snowy forest, kind of backroadsy, mountainy kind of vibe. And they're clearly lost, and he's looking through the map. And
it's the very stereochical, like, I don't need to ask for directions.
Yeah. And
to the point where she's like, don't you think this is kind of an archaic argument that we don't need to ask for directions?
Yes. So he says they're on a certain highway, and then they pass a sign. They're not. They're lost. And he kind of apologizes, and she's like, it's our anniversary, and we're stuck in a car.
Yeah.
Right? So he starts teasing and flirting and kind of kissing on her, and she's driving the car, and she's like, stop. And she calls him a jerk. She's like, you're just being a jerk. What? But she's laughing, and they're having
a fun smiley.
And then they look up, and there's a man in the road. She slams on the brakes, veers out of the way. Molly, my girl Molly's got good reflexes. Drives right into a ditch, into a tree.
Yeah.
So,
happens
not great.
to the best of us,
yeah.
Okay?
Which, by the way, there's a really cool, like, the stunt itself is fine. It's just driving a car. But there's that shot inside when they crash and both of them, like, lunge forward. Really cool shot.
Really cool
I liked
shot.
it.
It definitely heightened my fear, for sure.
Yeah, it added an impact to it that I thought worked. Anyways,
don't try to start something with your significant other when you're driving on the highway and it's icy at nighttime.
That was what I was thinking. I was like, guys, it's icy out. You need to be driving slower than this.
This needs 10 and 2, guys. 10 and 2. Okay?
Yeah, so by the way, both of these episodes have really long cold opens.
They do.
And not really, this one doesn't really have a cold open at all.
No.
Anyway, so she wakes up, her husband, David, is gone, and she gets out of the car and she's stumbling through the woods looking for him, and she comes upon a weird, creepy cabin.
Yeah.
And in this cabin, she goes in, and there is a man. A creepy, ooky, spooky man.
A man?
Yeah, and he kind of like the same man from the road, and she's like apologizing. She's like, I'm so sorry, we almost hit you.
Like, yeah.
Very, very good stuff. He attacks her.
Well, we see first shot,
yes. Very good.
So she's seeing his back, and we see his front, and he's like oozing guts.
Literally literal guts in his hands. It's very icky.
Like, whoa.
He turns around, his face ghosts out, and she runs away.
Yes. She
runs back, lost in the woods, comes upon the road, runs out, and it's obvious to tell. She jumps in the way, and Dean.
Well, actually, after she sees him ghost out on the face, we get to our intro. So that's our cold open.
Oh, you're right. Thank you. I'm forgetting stuff. That's our cold open, and then we're on her running through the woods.
Yes.
She's ooky spooky.
So no kill in this cold open, which doesn't happen very often.
That's true. No kill. No real. Basically, just introduces a mystery more than
which is fun. I like that they're trying to get a little fun with it. Does it entirely work this entire episode? No, but I still like it.
So booking it away, running, she gets on the road. Dean slams on the brakes. The Impala grinds to a halt, and he's like, Jesus, or whatever he says.
Yeah, he says, holy something.
Yeah, and he literally says, holy, yeah, and he inches from her. The Impala stops. There's like this stare off moment. She's like, you need to help me. Mm-hmm. And this introduces a really cool, maybe my favorite thing about the episode is for a lot of it, Sam and Dean feel like the secondary characters.
It's really fun. It's a fun, like, third-person POV.
Yeah, we're most of the time with her. So whoever she's standing by, that's who we're with, you know? They'll walk off and have a little sidebar, and she won't be a part of it.
Yeah.
But we don't really quite know what's going on with them. Now, that shifts as the episode goes on, but really this feels like a her POV episode.
Yes, it's in the grand tradition of outsider POV fan fiction where you get
Yes,
to, get to hang out and you're the main character of the fanfic.
That is so true.
And is like this, like it's like your OC is here and they're hanging out with Sam and Dean, like in a way that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
So
our impression is for a very short amount of time, our impression is that Sam and Dean have stumbled into this case.
Yes.
Like they were just driving to whatever they're going to do and they stumbled into it. That is, of course, quickly revealed that is not the case. They kind of start driving.
And she's like, we have to go find my husband. We have to go. And she's like, let me lead you where we crashed.
Yeah. She gets to the scene of the wreck. The car is gone. Nothing is there. Nothing's broken. No glass. No nothing.
No David.
Yeah. No David. She kind of stumbles down and they look at each other and they're like, we got to get her out of here. Right.
Yeah.
Like whatever. So they tell her, and so we find out, no, they know what's going on. They're here for a hunt. They tell her, let's get you to the police station. That's the best way we can help you.
Mm-hmm.
They get her in the car. They start driving. There's a bit of a conversation. And it's important to note, I completely forgot to add this. When the first car crash happened, a song came on the radio.
Yes,
and I'll
House
have
of the Rising Sun by the Animals.
Yes, which
Classic.
very, very cool
Classic.
song. That is the motif of this episode, is that song.
It is great. So clearly they were like, well, hey, we got the money to play this, so we should probably
do it a bunch
couple
of times. Very funny.
But yeah, so they actually, do they mention it before they're in the car with her, or are they just like, let's get you out of here?
No, so then when they get back in the car to get her out of there, the Impala's like needle starts turning and Dean looks at Sam and he's like, you do that? And he's like, no. And it plays House of the Rising Sun.
Great song.
And they're looking up and they see the guy, the ghost that she almost hit up ahead, and Dean floors it. Like,
and she's like
pedal to the
screaming.
floor. Yeah, she's screaming, doesn't know what's going on, and they right through it, and it just he fades.
One of the best effects of a ghost in this is like there was a couple times where they drive a ghost. They drive a car through a ghost, and it works every time.
I'm always partial to when like that fade effect they do. Like
so
it's the same when
great.
they shoot it with rock salt, but I love when they use like a fire poker.
Oh yeah,
and they swat through it, and it like cuts them in half for
it's
a second
so
before
awesome.
they fade.
Should
Very
we
cool.
get an iron poker around?
We should genuinely hang it back there.
Yeah.
That'd be a good idea. Legitimately a good idea.
Good work. If you guys want to send us some links,
to good iron pokers,
we'll
pure
start
iron
a PO
pokers.
box if you guys just want to start sending us iron
I would
pokers.
love that. I would love if that was our niche thing.
It'd be really funny.
Anyway, this song plays. It stops. They get a little bit away, and the Impala dies, and they pull off to the side and.
Oh, and he also says over the radio, she's mine.
Yeah, oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. Freaked me out, by the way. Great little bit.
I love radio horror.
Yeah.
There's
something about
something-
static. You
Yeah,
know?
we don't have it anymore. It's hard. You can't really haunt Sirius XM. Can
No.
you?
Wait a minute. Wait. That's really funny. That made me laugh. That was
I'm glad.
good.
Thanks, buddy.
Anyway, Dean essentially says, I don't think he's gonna let her leave.
Yeah.
Right.
You're
So
like-
she
you're like,
she
what do you
is the
mean?
object of his terror.
Yeah.
So they get out and they open up the trunk, and not being laissez-faire about the weapons trunk at all.
Anyways, and she's like, thank you so much for your help, guys, but I think I got it from here.
Yeah, and
they're
so
like,
she tries stumbling, and Sam, of course, plays the empathetic one.
my beautiful king.
Yeah, our beautiful king. He walks up. He's like, "No, we weren't here. We didn't stumble upon you. We were here looking for this." And
and then Dean just kind of is like, we're here ghost hunting.
Monsters. And she's like, "You're like the Ghostbusters." And he's like, "Yeah, just no jumpsuits and whatever." And then he has a line here I really like where she's like, "You two are crazy," and he's like, "You saw him fade." And then Dean has this line I really like it. It's like, "You know what you saw." Love that.
You know what you saw.
It's like finally somebody said it. Is my feeling on it.
It's like, you guys are crazy, and you're like, girl, we're here.
Yeah, and then Dean is like particularly like pissy this episode.
He's a little snippy,
angry, and we find out why, and it's a good reveal why.
Yeah.
I think in terms of the emotionality of the character work, I think it works. This is also a great 1-2 for Sam, by the way. Like, watch these two as back to back, specifically for Sam.
We get
his
a lot
arc.
more. We've had a couple like Dean centric episodes, and now we're getting to see. Like I said, I feel like Dean, especially later on in the show, gets more time to hang out with like secondary characters, and I'm like always like, but Sam wants friends.
Yeah, genuinely.
He's lonely.
So they get all the weapons and they go, okay, take us back to this cabin.
Mm-hmm.
So they start walking through the woods. They get in the cabin, and they're like, oh, this is it must be his hunting cabin.
Yeah. They're
Right.
like, oh, that, because we're trying to find his bones and like blah, blah, blah. And the part that makes me laugh about this is when they're like, she's like, well, how do you like stop? And they're like, oh, we salt and burn his bones. And she goes, oh, sure.
Yeah,
naturally.
right. Yeah. And
she just goes naturally.
Yeah,
right?
they explain the salt. That's kind of why people throw salt over their shoulders, is a purity thing.
Yeah.
They explain this. And then somewhere in here, and I can't exactly remember where, they let loose that it's like this haunt happens once a year on the anniversary of this guy's death.
Yes.
Right. And
he
so they
died on this road 15 years ago. And now once a year
he comes out and terrorizes someone.
And they're like, oh, and we're having to search for his bones because all we know is that his wife like
claimed the body and
no one saw her again.
So that happens. She steps outside, and all of the set, which never split up from Sam and Dean when you're with Sam and Dean, they have plot armor. They step outside, and he's there, and he starts chasing them. No,
well, she hears whispering first. She hears.
That's right. She hears the whispering.
She hears like Madison. What is her name? Madison.
Molly.
Molly. I was like, no, Madison's next episode.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's like Molly. She's like David, and I'm like, babe. Do you think your husband is?
He's there.
Is just whispering creepily in the woods.
Well, that's what I do to you when we're in the woods.
Well,
but
you know.
Anyway, they're away. They're in the cabin. She's out there, and then she starts getting attacked by him. She runs a little bit. She gets caught, and then there's this great moment where
awesome.
Dean pops up and he goes, "Whoops!" Bang, and blasts it with the rock salt, and it just fades away. Dean is a surgeon with that shotgun. I love that guy.
I love that guy. I love too. The shot of it is like really great too. Like sometimes, I don't know. There's something about that shot that is just framed so well.
Yeah, and then he has another great line kind of short after they've calmed down for a second. He's this other great line where he's like, "Follow the creepy brick road." Dean's got quite a few good one-liners.
He gets off a lot this episode. It's pretty fun.
But they kind of follow the trail to the house looking for clues as to where
because they're
the
like,
body would be
this
buried.
is list. They had 1,000 acres. Like this body could be anywhere on this grass. So it's always fun that, you know, when they do, there's never an episode where like they get to kill the ghost by burning its bones, and they also have a really easy time finding the body. They either get to burn the bones and it does nothing, and they have to burn something else, or it takes them all episode to find where someone's buried, and then they get to burn
They really should have done one where the cold open is them solving the case, and then the rest of the episode is what they do in their free time. There's just nothing going on.
It would have been really funny.
Anyway, so that happens. They get there, and they split up. Sam and Molly go upstairs, and they're kind of talking. They find this photo album, and Greeley is his name.
Yes.
He wrote these beautiful letters to his wife.
Yeah.
And she's like, how did something like this turn into something like that?
Yeah, how did someone so nice and kind like turn into this angry, vengeful spirit?
And Sam, as always, is the empathetic one here, and he's like, oh, you know, sometimes you just can't let go. Like sometimes it just changes you and warps you, and you're not maybe you're not evil, right? So I think he's like, there's the great thing about this is he's talking to her and what the twist of this episode is, and he's also talking about himself, right? Like he's like, I don't want to become this, but I could very easily, and I think I'm a good person, but I could become evil.
Yeah.
And he's very scared about that.
And there's this idea of like letting go is what allows you to be peaceful and happy, and holding on too tight is what makes you angry and upset.
And she also asks, where do they go? Right.
Yeah.
And he's like, we don't know.
It's like, it's like, we don't know. Like, the way that the show sidesteps like what happens.
Yeah.
For a while, like obviously later we're going to get into truly where people go when they die, but you know, like at this moment in time, they're like, I don't know.
Yeah, they describe it a little bit as death for ghosts is one thing, but when a Dean comes in the middle of this conversation, he's like, yeah, Sammy here gets all like mushy gushy about it. I just don't like the things.
Yeah, and you're like,
and he's nice. Being weirdly directed towards Madison. Molly, you got me saying Madison now.
Whoops.
Molly. Whoops. Molly, anyway, he's looking around, like, we can't find anything, just tons of files, nothing yet. Dean looks over, he sees behind a dresser.
It looks like almost like a secretary's desk.
Oh, is it? Well, it's a secretary's desk then. They move it, and there's a locked from the inside little hidey hole attic space. Bring back hidey holes, bro.
It's so fun.
They kick it open, they go in, and they're like, oh, it smells like...
Dean goes, it smells like old lady in here.
And then they find the wife hanging,
her skeleton hanging.
Yeah, and he's like, well, that's
sad.
why, right? And Dean, of course, as always, is the empathetic one. He goes over.
Sam, you mean?
Man, I can't talk tonight. Yeah, Sam, as always, is
gonna say Dean's pretty unempathetic.
Yeah.
Scene.
Yeah, they Sam, always the empathetic one, walks over and convinces Dean to help pull her down.
Mm-hmm.
And there's.
King.
What?
He's like, we can't just leave her here. And
yeah,
he's like, why not?
He's give her an honest burial. They somehow dig through frozen ground, as only the Winchesters can, and lay her to rest. And this is kind of where they explain that bit about like, oh, death. We don't know. It's just we know they hurt people, so we have to do this. And she's like, you hunt them, but you don't know what happens. And he's just like, it is what it is.
He's like, I never thought about it that way before.
Exactly, yeah. And then they get back inside, and there's a bit of a sidebar where Dean's sitting there. Sam's over him. He's like, we got to tell her, Dean. Mm-hmm. Dean's like, don't do it. right? And she overhears this.
And she's like, "What aren't you telling me about my husband?" Like,
yeah, and so we're led to believe that the husband is dead.
Yeah.
And they know it, and there's been something that's happened. That's what we are supposed to believe. Before this can go anywhere, static. The radio is on. Dean walks over to it. He bends down, and the cable is cut.
I love it.
So there's just ghost, and then it says she's, the song starts playing.
House of the Rising Sun.
And then he looks over, and on the frozen glass, "She's Mine" is written.
In the frost.
It's very cool.
Love it.
Very cool.
That's the good stuff right there. That's classic. There's a lot of classic like horror, like 80s horror elements in this episode for sure.
Oh, it feels very like 70s, 80s kind of thing. Yeah. Very cool. Well, so then only Molly gets snatched here, but he breaks through the window, grabs her, and rips her out. And so they're like, we got to help her, right? They go tearing through, can't find her. They get back to the house and they look at the photo album again, and Sam...
Love him so much.
Sam's looking at the photo and he's like, I should have noticed. Dean's like, what? And he's like, there's a tree there.
It's an old country.
Right where they're standing. And he goes, yeah.
It's like it's an old country like custom to use a tree as a grave marker. And then Dean says,
and I will read. You're like a walking encyclopedia of weirdness.
And truly, I can't stress to you enough that this is what Spencer says to me all day long. Is I walk in and I'm like, honey, you heard about this, blah, blah. And he's like, why did you tell me that?
Yeah. Well, so, okay. But my favorite part about this is Dean just takes this in stride, walks away. And Sam also just takes this in stride and walks away.
Yeah. Dean
he's
goes,
just like, okay, whatever.
No, it's literally Dean goes, you're like a walking encyclopedia of weirdness, and walks away. And Sam literally goes, yeah, I know.
Yeah. He doesn't say it, but it's just look on his face. He's like, okay. We cut to Molly strung up in the hunting shed that they were at earlier. And the ghost is torturing her, right?
Yeah,
and
with his like nail, like his creepy, dirty nail.
Right, and he's like psychically cutting them, and it's interesting. This is the first time we've seen a ghost like torture.
Yeah, it's a little. They're not our usual ghosts.
No, but it's fine. It's good.
Yeah.
Sam and Dean get there, and Sam's like, "I'll dig up the body. You go get Molly. You help her." Dean goes in. Sam starts digging, and Dean loses this fight pretty handily.
Well, the best is Dean walks in and shoots him with rock salt at first, and he fades away, and she's like, "Oh, thank God!" And he goes, "Yeah, call me Dean."
Yeah. It doesn't work for long. He comes back.
He gets flung.
Dean gets flung. We love when a Winchester gets flung.
Absolutely.
Crashes into the wall. This is my weird thing is why does the ghost with psychic cutting powers force pull the knife from the wall to him?
It's so funny. It's like,
to
okay,
fight. Yeah.
sure.
Sam digs up this body in record time.
Oh, yeah. The best is also we're outside with Sam, and then we just hear from inside, "Hurry up, Sam!"
Yeah, hurry up, Sam! It made me laugh so hard.
And then Sam finally gets a kill.
Yeah, Sam salt and burns the bones. So it is now flashing on the screen. Sam 2, Dean 6. So some ground was made up.
We did it. Not really.
Burned. She gets out of her the meat hook she's on, and she's like, "What happened to my husband?" And this is where they reveal that she's been dead the whole time. Yeah. She was the one that killed him those 15 years ago. She died, her husband lived, and now once a year they both of these ghosts come back and he tortures her.
It's very sad. Like they're like, "Okay, we'll take you," and it's this really sad, like quiet unfolding where she like they drive her and they're like, "Here you go," and then she sees him in the like in a robe, like fixing a coffee in the kitchen. She's like, "What? I don't understand."
Yeah, her husband and his new wife.
Yeah, and this woman comes up also wearing a wig. She's like, "I don't get it," and they're like,
"You died. This is what happened."
Like this is what happened. Like so, and they're like. Those people who, they crash on this road, not because of, him, but because they see his ghost chasing your ghost.
Yeah. So people have died because of that, inadvertently because of her.
Yeah.
So she's getting tortured every night, but somebody keeps dying because of it because she's looking for help.
And then we get this like weird flashback to them figuring this all out.
Yeah, we cut to the inside of the car and Sam's like, "I don't think she knows she's dead." And we get them in the library.
Microfiche.
We're going to make shirts one day that say, support your local library.
Yeah.
And then it's just, the Winchester's approved or whatever.
And it's like support your local microfiche machine.
Yeah, it's just a microfiche. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Anyway, that's what we're going to do one day. If you want that, start following and get your friends too.
So then they're like, they're talking about this, they're discussing like, oh, there's been 12 deaths and like 15 accidents on this blah blah, and like talking about it, and then we get the inside of the car perspective of her being like, "You have to help me," and him being like, "Dean, I don't think she knows she's dead."
Well, then we get back and he's like, "Well, what do we do?" And like, "You were cremated. We can't just send you off. And she's like, well, what happens? Where do we go? And he's like, I don't know, but you're not supposed to be here. You're not, it's not natural.
You could go inside, but it would ruin his life.
Yeah, it would terrify him forever.
Yeah,
is what Dean says. And Sam just kind of like, you just have to let go of all of this stuff you've been holding on to without knowing it, you know? And so she does, and this really beautiful thing where she like kind of walks and fades with the sunrise.
Yeah.
And there's this great little exchange between Sam and Dean where ultimately it comes down to Sam saying, hope's kind of the whole point.
Yeah.
I really like that, which is very Sam coded.
It's very Sam coded. It's very me coded. I feel him.
And so this is a weird one. This is a weird episode.
This is a weird one because I did have the thought for a lot of this is, how is she so, to quote Dean, corporeal?
Is she? Does she really touch anything?
I mean, they both are, aren't they? I guess the only thing that
she doesn't open the car doors, I don't think.
But she bangs on the car, doesn't she?
Oh, maybe. But that's the thing. Ghosts they're not corporeal, but ghosts can affect the things around them.
This is true. But yeah, I just always think it was kind of tickling to me when I remembered what was going on with this episode, that they were like driving a ghost around in a car.
Yeah.
It's a little funny. You have to think it's a little funny.
You have to think it's a little funny.
But
anyway,
it's also it's an interesting episode. I liked it, but it's still not my favorite.
Definitely not of the season, but it's fun to see them trying new stuff. And Ray Al Tucker clearly was one of the main writers, and she was just like, "Hey, can I try this? Can I try doing a weird thing?" And I like that they let her do that, and that's the thing you can do when your seasons are 22 episodes long.
Yeah, we're losing recipes.
We're losing,
and
all
we get
the
another mention of Dean calling Sam Haley Joel, like he's Haley Joel Osment in The Sixth Sense, movie that I still haven't seen.
Well, yeah, I forgot you haven't seen it. We gotta watch that soon.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, anything else we missed?
No, don't think so.
Just pretty good episode. Okay, best line.
You're like a walking encyclopedia of
weirdness.
It's
the best line.
It's
the best line.
Like a walking encyclopedia of weirdness.
There's only one kill, so this is the one that advances. It's the ghost burning. It's Greeley burning.
Yes.
We're not. It's a dated effect as he's like backing away and stuff, but it's
still
fun.
I like watching the ghost burn up.
Yeah. I always love watching a ghost burn up. And as always, and as a reminder, Sam 2, Dean 6.
Yes.
We messed up on our count, so we're going to have to remember that for this next coming bit.
Yes.
Anyway, on to Season 2, Episode 17, Heart, written by Sarah Gamble, directed by Kim Manners.
Banger!
Absolute banger. This one's really good. I did not fully remember it until about midway through, and then I went, no, is this the episode? And then Breck just nodded exactly like that, and I got really sad.
Yeah. No, the funny thing is I will completely forget what these episodes are about. And then we'll watch them, and I'm like, it'll take like 1 second. I'm like, I remember exactly every single plot point of this episode. And this was one of the ones where I saw it coming up, and I was like, as I said at the beginning, the first time I've cried watching the show thus far. Yeah.
Okay, so open in San Francisco. Some city shots come into a bar. And Madison is sitting at the bar with her friends or coworkers or whatever, and her boss drunkenly stumbles over. He's like, "Hey, I need you to come back to the office with me." He's trying to hit on her.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm drunk. Can you drive me home?" And then she's like, "I already called you cab." Right. Just gets him out of there. They laugh it off like it's no big deal. Like clearly this is a normal occurrence. Clearly he's mostly harmless.
Oh yeah. She's like, only on every day that ends in a Y.
Yeah, exactly. Which like they're hearty about it and laughing about it. And then we cut. She turns around and sees Discount Bucky Barnes.
Yes, literally.
Literally, is Discount Bucky Barnes watching her. She looks away. She looks back. He's gone.
Yeah.
And we find out that this is her ex-boyfriend, who is violent and not necessarily towards her, but he's just a crazy person.
He's just a little bit of a creep.
Yeah. And violent towards other people and obsessed with her. So anyway,
she sees him. She leaves. She's like,
she's walking around outside, and we think she's being stalked by something, and then nothing. She's okay.
Yeah, she gets in her car.
There's some dogs. We hear some dogs. The next day, she's in the office. She's filling up the coffee pot, and she looks up through the open door and sees a hand in the office.
Yeah, she sees like a bloody handprint on the door.
She opens it up. Yeah, the bloody handprint opens it up and reveal Nate, her boss from the beginning. Gutted.
Torn up.
Literally, his heart is literally ripped out. Blood everywhere. She screams, cold open, supernatural. We cut in.
She's also serving office siren realness in this episode.
That is the truth.
She's gorgeous.
We cut to
and you said, sorry, go ahead. No, she's in Saw 2, right? That's what you said?
Yeah, she's in Saw 2.
Diva.
I'm sure she's in something else I've seen. But
what year did Saw 2 come out?
I don't know. I try not to think about Saw 2. I'm being honest with you.
You don't like thinking about the needle pit?
No, I don't like thinking about the needle. Thank you for bringing that up. We cut to the morgue and a pretty famous character actress. I can't remember her name, but
She's great in it though.
She opens up the morgue, and they have these really good like scarring effects, like stitched up wounds. Yeah, they've got
the vivisection scar on him.
Yeah, all the other gashes all over his body. She explains the heart was missing. Sam catches on, but he talks about this bite on the neck, and he's like, if you had to guess what was that, and she's like, oh, I don't know. And he's like, off the record, and she's like, okay.
She's like, off the record.
Yeah, she's like, it's a wolf, but because I don't want to lose my job, it's a pit bull.
She goes, I like my job. I love her. She's great.
She
also,
is.
How is Sam passing for a detective?
Yeah, he's wearing his Carhartt jacket.
He's wearing his normal outfit. I'm like, I guess when you're a detective and not a cop, you can be like kind of in your own outfit, but it's still funny.
Yeah, it's
the concept of any law enforcement agency letting Sam get away with his haircut continues to be the funniest thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
We cut back to where the motel room, and Dean is giddily excited that they're hunting a werewolf.
So happy. Sam looks hot as fuck this episode.
Yeah, also we should say it's a werewolf.
Fine as hell. Oh yeah, it's a werewolf.
The bite, the heart missing. It's a werewolf. It's all the. And Dean's like, they're badass, man. They turn into a wolf and they stalk their prey and they rip their hearts out.
Yeah,
He's like, and the best part is we know how to kill them. We don't have to do any other research. And he just holds up silver bullets.
It's so great. He also makes mention that they haven't seen a werewolf since they were kids.
Yeah, so they're pretty rare at this point.
Yeah, they're not like rare. They're not like the vampires where they just fully didn't think they existed.
Yeah, they're out there, but yeah.
They're just
which is cool.
They're
which
in danger.
Is a cool thing. Yeah. Again, it's one of those things where you can feel them kind of wanting to rebel against using the classics too much.
Yeah. And they also mentioned that a bunch of sex workers have been going missing in this area as well. And I have to state how funny it is that the werewolves' hunting grounds are literally a place called Hunter's Point.
Hysterical.
Girl.
So, okay, they're talking to Madison.
Yes.
And she's like, she kind of lets on, he always flirted with me. And she seems to be in really good spirits.
Yeah. And they also introduce themselves as Dean introduces them as Detective Landis and Dante.
Yeah.
And John Landis directed American Werewolf in London, and Joe Dante directed The Howling. So
yeah, fantastic. I love you, Dean.
Nerd.
And he did that on the fly, too. He wasn't
Geek.
ready.
I know what you
are. Because the neighbor asks about it.
That's right. The creep, her neighbor who's like
a kind of a weirdo.
Madison, are you okay? She's like, I'm fine, thank you.
So he leaves. They're talking to her. She makes some coffee or whatever. And she's like, he always flirted on me. Look, he was harmless. Like
she's like, he was the guy who had a couple beers and started hitting on anyone. You know the type. Yeah, and then Sam goes, I do actually.
Sam looks at Dean, and I kid you not, this is Dean's face.
So funny.
And then he's like, I sure do. And Dean gets kind of offended by this, and they continue on their conversation.
And then she lets on that Kurt is this guy who's been following her. He's her ex.
Yeah.
Like, he's just kind of generally a creep. She doesn't like him. So, they're like, this is our guy.
So then they decide they need to, they think it's Kurt. They think Kurt is the werewolf.
He appears outside her window again after they leave. There's all these like cool effects of like dogs barking that I think is a really fun thing to do with a werewolf, of like the concept of like dogs being freaked out by the werewolf and whatnot.
Yeah. So once they figure out that they think it's him, do they both go to the apartment?
They both go. I think Dean goes to his apartment, but Sam stays with her.
Yeah, but they have to decide. Okay, yeah. No, because they go back to her apartment and wake her up.
That's right.
How did that? Anyway.
No, so they both go to his apartment. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, because that's how I have my notes written.
Yeah.
Oh, we have the cop death here.
Yes.
So they both go to his apartment. They start breaking in. The window's shattered. There's claw marks on the balcony.
Yeah.
And we get werewolf vision.
Yeah.
As this werewolf is stalking this cop and he mauls this cop. They both go running down. They find him. It's too late. They're driving away.
Another gory.
Yeah, this episode, I was literally going to note the gore and blood in this one. Crazy.
Great. Love it.
Really good
stuff.
stuff.
But no, again, because there's not like a tame way to get the heart out. You know what
really.
I mean? There's nothing cool or like surgical about an animal tearing a heart out. It's just like.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So anyway, that happens. They decide, okay, Kurt, we believe it's Kurt. All the evidence points to Kurt. He might go after her, so one of us needs to go there. So they go wake her up, talk to her, explain some stuff. They have called the police so that they know to come get their guy. And essentially they decide, okay, they get another pice of information. What's the information they get from her? Yeah. That Kurt always used to hang out around this point.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah, and they're like, well, that fits the MO. And so he's like, okay, well, and then Dean's like, well, you get out there, I'll stay here. And he's like, no, why do you always get to stay and hang out with the girl?
Yeah.
Right? They start bickering, and then he's like, well, because I'm older. He's like, no, we're settling this the old-fashioned way.
Dean, always with the scissors.
That's my favorite. It made me laugh so hard. I was like, Dean, because I had forgotten that Dean is bad at rock, paper, scissors.
It's so fun. Best recurring bit of this show is that Dean is always picking. So they have this really great, the bloopers for this, by the way, are incredible. And then my favorite part of this is actually Dean losing, and he's like, best 2 out of 3, and he goes, and does scissors again, and he loses, and he's like, ugh, and Sam goes, bundle up out there, okay?
He pats him, bundle up out there, buddy. Yeah.
He says, bundle up out there, all right?
Yeah. Absolutely hysterical.
Sam, like, finally I get to stay with the pretty girl.
So he goes around out in the cold and is stalking this vampire, hoping it pokes its head out.
And Sam is having the time of his life.
Sam is having the time of his life.
So my favorite part of this is she's also like doing her laundry, and she fully dumps out all her underwear in front of him and is folding
she's like
her.
You can sit on the couch, more comfortably. He's like, I'm all right. And then she walks over with her underwear and dumps it out in front of him. Like, she wants that cookie so bad.
She wants that cookie so fucking bad. It's so good. And he's like, I will go sit on the couch, actually.
Yep.
And then we get this cute scene of her coming over and like putting on her soap opera, and Sam kind of makes this like, she's like, I saw that. She's like, I never get to watch my show. So
hard cut to Sam being sucked into it.
Yeah. And he's like, and she and what a bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
watches one episode of a soap opera and is hooked. So
we get this great scene too.
He asks her, he's like, why are you an assistant? Why are you working for that guy? No offense or anything.
He's like, I've seen the books around here. Like, you're clearly very smart. You're clearly very cool. Like, what are you doing? And she reveals that she got mugged about a month ago. Or she just says, I got mugged. She doesn't say what, but she says.
And it changed her perspective on things. Yeah.
Which is kind of really, and I forget, I didn't write it down, unfortunately. But she has this line, she's like, what? You don't see she's like, what? Not everyone who's a victim of a senseless act of violence, like, says it's the best thing that ever happened to them.
Yeah.
But she says, oh, yeah, after. And she's like, yeah, what were you doing with this guy, Kurt? Like, what were you doing?
Yes, yeah.
And she's like, well, and then after that, I just realized, like, I need to change my life, and he was the first thing to go. So.
Yeah, so which is great. And then she walks off. They're doing some. Dean calls, and Dean is a horny man.
And he's at the strip club.
He's at a strip club. He's like, I found Kurt. I got eyes on him, and he's like looking up at the. He
gives her a $1 bill too.
Kurt's also there, just brutally staring,
being the scariest customer at the strip club.
Yeah. So Madison's like, oh, I'm gonna go to bed. He's like, do you need anything? He's like, no, I'm fine. So she goes to bed. Sam sits on the couch. Dean looks up. He's down on the ground floor, Kurt's apartment. So they're at Kurt's apartment. Dean breaks in because he's the werewolf. I'm gonna go ice him.
Yeah,
he literally like taps his bullets on the gun.
Yeah. And the thing is like he's looking up, and there's like no lights on, and then he sees the lights come on, and then he hears the window break. Like he hears
the window break. That's right. So he runs in. Kurt is on the floor getting mauled.
Yeah.
And Madison turns around as a werewolf with the big teeth and the blue eyes and like the claws.
Need that. Who said that?
Yeah, and Dean gets flung in the wall. She crashes in the wall. He pulls out a knife and slices her arm.
Yeah.
It burns her. She runs. She bursts out the window and flees.
And it's about halfway through the episode we get this reveal.
Yeah, this is roughly the midpoint.
So
give or take.
which is fun. We get another they didn't know that they were the monster. There's like 2 in a row here that I think is pretty fun.
Yeah, and then so Dean wakes up. He calls Sam. He's like, it was Madison. And Sam's like, what are you talking about? She's sleeping the whole time.
Yeah, she's been here the whole night.
And he walks and he's like, I'm telling you, I slit her elbow with a silver knife. So he goes in and she's like, where are my clothes? Right? Which is, by the way, a horrifying. I kind of wish they didn't do that.
Yeah, it's like, where are my clothes? You're like,
because from her perspective, she would be thinking one thing, and she doesn't really think that, which is fine. But anyway, he sees the slice, he gets really mad, and it's like Sam handles this really poorly. Like he's like mad at her. You were playing me the whole time. She's like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Guys. And then Dean comes back, and Sam's having kind of.
He has her tied to a chair.
Sam clearly feels very like betrayed.
Yeah. So Dean comes back and he's talking to her, and he's like, Dean, she doesn't know what's going on. He's like, she's lying. He's like, I know, but like, it doesn't feel that way.
And then he's like, what does Dean says? He goes, like a really hot, incredible Hulk. And you're like, thank you.
Yeah, she doesn't remember when she turns. It's all animal instinct kind of thing. So then they go and look and they talk to her, and he's like, did you get bit when you got mugged? And she's like, engages now. Like she's no longer just horrified. She's like, yeah, how'd you know that? And he pulls the gun up and he sits it down, checks the back of her neck. She's got the bite mark.
It's like this clear, like, it's animal, but also human in a way that's really cool.
Like
and
clearly
creepy.
the sharper, pinpointy teeth.
The incisors, or the canines?
Canines, yeah.
Yeah, I knew what I'm talking about.
It's very cool. Sam's like, Dean's like, there's no other way. And he's like, what about Dad's theory? Mm-hmm. And the theory that John had was that if you kill the vampire that turns somebody, you can end the bloodline and it will cure the person.
Yeah.
So she doesn't really believe this. Sam stays there with her. She's tied to a chair. He's like, well, what if she busts out? And he's like, I'll do it. He'll kill her. Dean doesn't really believe, but he's just going to go find the werewolf. They know where the hunting grounds are. They know where she got mugged.
Hunter's Point.
Yeah, they know where she got mugged.
Yeah, they find out she got mugged near there as well. So it's Dean clearly this ground.
Dean goes running around trying to solve this. Sam stays with her. and she still doesn't really believe, why would you if you don't remember it? But the idea of potentially being able to cure being aware, lycanthropy is very cool to me. I think that's awesome.
It's also not the typical, it's a fun way to end it. Is like, if you kill the vampire that turns you, you're not a vampire anymore.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
And then, so we get this great scene of Dean running around trying to find this werewolf. And we get werewolf vision cam again.
Yeah.
We've gotten werewolf vision cam a couple times in this episode, and I enjoy it.
Before this, before we get that, Sam has this really tragic exchange where he's like, if this works, you'll never see me again. I'll just be a bad memory.
Yeah.
And the idea of Sam and Dean being just bad memories for so many people.
So sad.
It's really sad.
Because they're trying their best. It's not like they're happy. It's not like they're running around like, let's make it worse for everybody.
Yeah, they're doing the right thing. They're trying to save people and hunt things, and they just, all they are is the worst day of somebody's life to everyone they meet. And it's really tragic. Then we get the werewolf stalking vision, and Dean, bang, bang, saves a sex worker. Mm-hmm. Werewolf falls off. She runs away, and he's like, thank you, whatever.
He's like, don't mention it.
Yeah.
And you're like, Dean, clearly she's not going to stick around for the guy that kills the thing that was trying to kill her. Like, be serious.
And rolls over, and it's Madison's creepy neighbor.
Yeah. And we can tell from his weird mission shirt.
Yeah, his weird mission shirt. He fades back into a human, and all of a sudden he gets clarity. He's like, what happened? And
Where am I?
It's really sad.
It's really genuinely depressing. I don't remember if this is true later or not, but clearly werewolves are not as cool as Dean remembers them being. And they're much more like these sad.
Yeah, Dean is more of a person now. He can remember this weird tragedy to it.
Yeah.
Right? And so, and then Madison burst out of her.
She breaks loose.
This happens at the same time, by the way. So that's we still believe that it's worked. So Sam locks her in the closet, shoves this thing in front of her. Dean kills the vampire.
Werewolf.
I did it. Dean kills the werewolf. We can't talk tonight, bro.
Wow.
Dean kills the werewolf, and then the next morning Sam lets her out, and he's like, "You never see me again."
Yeah.
And she looks around, and then when she at the destroyed closet,
and she's clearly like, "Oh."
Yeah, she's like, "Wait a minute, he was telling the truth." She looks back. Sam is gone. Mm-hmm. We cut to outside, and I love this so much. Their idea of subtly staking out the place they were just holding a woman captive is to park outside in the Impala.
Literally. They're like, guys, it's maybe been 5 hours. You came back in the afternoon and check on her. And then she has the line, your car's pretty conspicuous for a stakeout.
But what I liked in the conversation they have here is really good, where Dean's kind of leaned back and he's like, why do you think that happened? Why do you think he turned her and just didn't kill her? And he's like, oh, because he clearly was into her, right?
Yeah.
So it's that animal instinct even runs to that.
Yeah.
Which I think is really
cool. And then,
cool.
Of course, Dean's like, animal input.
Yeah.
Clearly trying to be like, hey, you like her.
She knocks on the window and she's like, you know what? If we're going to do this, just come inside.
Yeah.
They hang out. It's very important that they stay up all night.
She doesn't turn.
They don't go to sleep. They watch the sunrise come up. They do that. They realize.
She doesn't turn.
Oh, Madison takes this all in stride. She hasn't turned. She just takes all of this good to go. A really cool shot of the moon. There's this great shot of the moon where it pulls down and Dean sits the gun down, and really cool. And then Dean, ever the wingman, offers to leave, and when he goes, she's like, "Thanks, Dean." He just goes. It puts his little fist up.
So funny.
It's really funny.
Dean's like, amen.
She goes, and then Sam and Madison.
They have crazy tension in this scene. And proceed to have sex for the entirety of the day. Amen.
After staying up all night.
Amen.
All day and all night.
Our first Sam sex scene.
And it's hot and heavy.
And he looks good.
Dude, it's crazy.
It's crazy. There were shots in this where I was like, whoa, whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
too much.
I have my note just says, damn, all caps, 3 exclamation points.
Yeah.
Because they're also, it's incredibly, I was like, are they doing it on the floor? But then I realized there's just a fireplace in her bedroom. But that is the energy of the scene that I fully believe they just were having at it on the floor.
So, and then they're asleep in bed, and it's really romantic and beautiful while also being
sweet.
crazy.
Because it's very nice, because Sam hasn't had anybody.
Yeah.
He had the one girl, Sarah, last season, who I loved, but also he just looks really good when they're laying in bed at the end.
Jared Padalecki is particularly attractive here. Anyway, so he wakes up, and she's werewolfed out and bursts out and leaves.
No.
And he books it back to the motel, wakes up Dean, is like, Madison, she turned, she's gone. And he's frantic and freaking out for very good reasons.
It's so sad.
And genuinely, Jared is so good in this episode. Madison calls. It's the next morning. They can't find her. Madison calls. And
she's like, I don't know where I am.
They've been checking with their sources that there is no cure.
Yeah.
Bobby said there's no cure. Everyone thinks there might be, and that no one's ever found one.
Poor Sam is like, no, we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. And Dean's like,
and so then she calls and she's wrapped in somebody else's shirt. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I don't know. And he's like, you see a sign. She tells them, they find her, they pick her up, they take her home. And she's really taking this all pretty well, honestly. Yeah. And she's just like, okay.
She's like, I don't want to die, but I don't want to hurt anybody else.
She goes, is that true? And he's like, no, there's no way to cure you.
Yeah.
And she looks at Sam and just says, I don't want to kill anyone else. You need to kill me.
Yeah. She's like, I can't do it myself.
And Sam looks away and can't. She kind of steps closer. And then there's this line that I think is just absolutely beautiful. This selflessness of this one-off. She's one of the best one-off characters, I think.
100%.
But the selflessness where she goes, this is the way you can save me. Please, I'm asking you to save me.
Yeah.
And Sam takes that and he can't do it and he walks away.
And Dean takes the gun from him.
Yeah, and Dean follows and they just have this exchange where he's just like, what do I and Dean's like, I can do it. And Sam just goes, no, she asked me. Ugh. And the empathy oozing off of Dean in this scene, and he hands him the gun. And he walks and he looks back and there's the very famous shot of Jared Padalecki
just
crying.
Full tears down the face.
Genuinely, that was where I broke up where I was like, oh, he's just a scared kid.
Yeah, he's just so... And Dean's crying and Sam's crying.
It's tragic. It's heartbreaking.
It's a hard episode.
Yeah, so that happens. They walk. Sam walks away and we hold on Dean as one tear rolls down his face and then bang, and Dean startles. Episode ends.
And you're like, oh.
Yeah, it genuinely, I was like emotional. We didn't really talk after it ended. We were very sad. Just like, okay. This is a very good episode. It's very tragic.
This is a very good episode. And it's another, now it's been 2 episodes of the creature having this connection with Sam and Sam having to again be like, can you win out against your evil,
kill
your
the
dark
thing
impulses?
even though it had no choice, right? Even though both neither of them had a choice. This is just what the hand they were dealt, and there was no way out.
It's really tragic.
Sam is getting some good stuff, and I think Jared is particularly great in Heart. I think he's really great in this episode.
I agree.
Anything we missed? Any other things we want to cover? I like how this episode looks. It's got a lot of good moonlight great. Stuff. Got a lot of good Dean outside hanging out kind of stuff.
Again, I do. That was something that I really loved. Is I like seeing Dean by himself without talking, where he's just having that quiet moment of
at the strip
looking
club,
up and you know how I love when Dean's at the strip club.
Yeah, you talk about it all the time.
But yeah, it's a bummer. It's a bummer. When you were like, oh, Kim Manners directed this episode, I was like, you'll see why.
Yeah, this is bummer of the episode. Yeah. I mean, it really is. But I also just think it's great. I think Jared really gets his time to shine in this one. He's brilliant. I think
it's usually Jensen who gets more of the kind of moments like this, but I love when, as we know, Sam girl.
You're a Sam girl. Okay,
true.
So really good one. Yeah. Best line.
Your car's pretty conspicuous for a stakeout.
That's really funny. Mine is way more heartbreaking, way sadder. It's this is me, or this is the way you can save me. Please, I'm asking you to save me.
Oh, okay. Well,
heartbreaking. It will stick with me for a long time.
Yeah.
Great. We had kind of a talk about this too. We normally don't talk at all about what our best kill is, but I was like, how do you do the best kill this episode?
Yeah. And we try to save it for the pod, but I genuinely...
There's one on-screen
We
kill,
should also
really?
mention, as we were going to say, that Dean, they both get a kill.
Oh, thank you. Yes,
and
they both get a kill.
We totally forgot that when we were doing it last night. We were like, wow, there's Sam 3, Dean 6. But no, it's Sam 3, Dean 7.
Yeah. Sam 3, Dean 7. It is flashed on the screen. We were by that point, you and I had both remembered the ending of this one, so we were very distracted. But yes. Dean kills the werewolf that turned her, and Sam has to kill her. Best kill. What do you...
I'm saying Madison.
It's Madison.
It's I mean, it's the plot. Just
it's not
because
on
you don't
screen,
see
but it's everything about that feels so much more real than you would think from a show like this.
Because is the first kill is the boss? I really stopped. I was like, is it the boss? Because I think there's something really jarring about walking into a brightly lit glass wall office, and then you're like, oh my god, my boss is dead.
Yeah,
and
they're gorier, they're crazier.
They're gorier, they're all pretty. We get 4 kills before Madison in this episode. This is a pretty kill heavy episode, but it still, I think, has to be Madison, if only because it gives us kind of one of our most iconic like supernatural moments, period.
Yeah.
But also because the amount of people who use that screenshot of Sam crying on any given supernatural edit or post is like insane.
It's maybe his best performance
Social
thus far
cachet.
in the show.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
He is really selling this moment.
It's yeah.
Okay, so we brushed through these. Sorry if we missed some of your favorite stuff from them. These were 2 weirdly structured episodes.
Yeah, these are a little harder to retell.
To remember the beats. There's quite a bit less plot and a lot of like. I will say one of my favorite things about this is Madison is a great one-off episode character because I really buy her and Sam's bond.
Yes,
I really do.
I do,
and that's chemistry between actors. That's what 100%. So that's true. Anything else you want to discuss on these or?
No, it just sucks that she got killed as a werewolf and she came back to die in the needle pit, you know?
Yeah, thanks for bringing up the needle pit again. Thank you.
I don't think she even dies in the needle pit. I think she dies in the oven.
No. Okay, so you have 1 week to watch 2 episodes of TV. And those 2 episodes are Season 2, Episode 18, Hollywood Babylon, and Season 2, Episode 19, Folsom Prison Blues.
Oh, I remember that one.
I'm sure I will remember these as soon as they start. I think I remember the prison one. I might not. Up till this point in the season, it's been a weird season, weirder than I remember because there's like less plot, you know. We'll talk about this more in the retrospective, but up till this point, we've gotten a lot of like hints, but we haven't really seen the yellow-eyed demon. Mm-hmm. We don't really know where things are going. We got the Meg episode where she possesses Sam. Mm-hmm. It's a very strange season. I really like it. It's
weird stuff going on.
Weird stuff going on. I'm excited to see the last stretch where they tie it all together.
I can't believe we're already almost done with this season.
I know, it's fantastic.
I feel like we just started it.
I know.
Whoa.
But
huge
anyway,
if true.
Huge if true. Anyway, but until next week, you know what you need to do. You need to get your journal. You need to hit the road. You need to watch some TV. But remember, you know what's out there. Be afraid of the dark.